Okay, then now we have to set up the rules. Okay, so I have 7 slides, and as we have no voting system and there is no way to control that, you have to be honest. Everybody has to answer the first slide, and if you have it wrong, then you cannot go to the second, and those that have it wrong cannot go to the third, and so because we have a prize, so we need a winner or one. And what we are going to do is start with this slide. Can we start with the slides, please? Okay. So we have 2 tracings from the same patient. And on the left side, you see, we see a tachycardia, on the right side also. And the thing which calls our attention is immediately that you see, these negativities here and here, these positivities. The rate of the tachycardia at the ventricular level is the same. And, at the atrial level, well, we see these deflections. The question is, what is that? Is that circus movement tachycardia over a septal accessory pathway and right atrial tachycardia? Is that a WPW with sinus tachycardia with and without pre-excitation? I'll come back to the slide. Is that a typical and atypical atrial flutter? Or are we seeing an atrial tachycardia with and without pre-excitation? So let's go back. So here you have it. The question also about WPW is coming because of the suggestion of a possible delta wave here, which is not present there. Okay. Then that's circus movement tachycardia over a septal accessory pathway or right atrial tachycardia, etc. So what do you think? What is your vote? Who thinks it's 1? Nobody. 2? WPW? Nobody. 3? Typical and atypical atrial flutter? Okay. Well, okay. And then atrial tachycardia with or without pre-excitation. Okay. The ones that did not answer cannot go to the next one. It's not because some people may wait to the last slide. And no. So, okay. So now, I'm sorry, but that's the rule of, this is the game. Okay, this is indeed a typical and atypical atrial flutter without any doubt. Okay, now let's see this one. So we have 2 leads, and we have a right atrial unipolar recording, okay? The P waves are marked for you. That's very nice, so it's very easy to see what is the atrial activity, which is, as you can see, regular. And is about 100 beats per minute. And then we have this lead 2 and V1 where we see 2 sorts of QRS complexes. And we see also that there is here negativity. There we go, in lead V1, there. And then, okay, continuous, okay. And then in between, we have these white QRS complexes. We have only 3 options. First, circus movement tachycardia with aberrant conduction. We'll come back to the slide. Sinus tachycardia with dual AV nodal pathways and non-sustained VT. Sinus tachycardia with dual AV nodal pathways and left bundle branch lock. Let's go back to the slide. Okay, circus movement tachycardia, sinus tachycardia with dual AV nodal pathways and non-sustained VT, or sinus tachycardia with dual AV nodal pathways and left bundle branch lock. 1. Who votes for 1? The atrium? The atrium is there. The answers. Sure. There we go. Here, circus movement tachycardia with aberrant conduction, sinus tachycardia with dual AV nodal pathways and non-sustained VT, sinus tachycardia with dual AV nodal pathways and left bundle branch lock. Who votes for 1? Remember, the ones that did not vote are eliminated. The ones that had it wrong are eliminated. We need 1 winner. Number 2?
It's or 2 or 3.
Yeah, but you have to make a choice. Let me show you it again. The sinus tachycardia, that's clear, okay?
Can you show us?
Yeah, there we go. With dual AV nodal pathways and non-sustained VT, or with left bundle branch lock.
Pedro, does the PR change? No,
The same rate. No, it's faster. The white cure is faster. It's faster.
but 2 is.
Yeah, you're right. Association.
Look at the relation between the P waves and the QRS complexes, the white ones, okay? I said too much, okay. What? Number 2. Who votes for number 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, yes, okay. Number 3? Okay, it's number 2. It's sinus tachycardia. You can see here 2 selected pieces. What's happening is that because of the VT, you actually block the fast pathway retrogradely. Then you get anterograde conduction over the slow pathway. Yeah, it continues with a long PR, as you can see, until the next episode comes of ventricular tachycardia that resets the whole thing. So actually it's a patient with dual AV nodal pathways with sustained conduction over the slow pathway here, this piece here, yeah, this in the middle, I'm sorry, this here. This is one-to-one conduction anterogradely over the slow pathway that is resetted after the non-sustained VT again, sinus beat, and then it goes normally, and that's it. So that's dual AV nodal pathways, non-sustained VT. That's a patient with actually during an acute myocardial infarction. Very good. What about this one? I'm going to read the answers for you already. That will be easy. Usually we present that with two screens. Atrial tachycardia, slow AV nodal reentrant tachycardia, circus movement tachycardia over an accessory pathway, or typical AV nodal reentrant tachycardia. Look at this. So what do we see? Tachycardia with a narrow QRS complex and a sharp, very sharp negative wave here in the middle between the QRS complexes here. So atrial tachycardia, slow AV nodal, circus movement tachycardia over an accessory pathway, or typical AVNT. Number 1. Only the ones that went, there's nobody. Number 2, slow AV nodal. Number 3, circus movement tachycardia over accessory pathway.
You don't have determination?
No, I don't have it. Or typical AVNT. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next one, otherwise we will have no winner. This is a slow AV nodal reentrant tachycardia. What is the clue here? The clue is the very sharp negative P wave. This you cannot see that in an accessory pathway. Why? Yeah. Let's think 2 seconds. An accessory pathway is muscular. It's connected to the muscle and actually activates the atrium, first muscle, and then spreads. So the P wave can never be so narrow as compared to AV nodal reentrant tachycardia, where you have one single activation. And why is the P wave so narrow? Because of cancellation of electrical forces. You have forces going to the right and to the left, and they cancel themselves electrically. And that's why you get this narrow P wave. Not because of the activation, but because of cancellation of electrical forces. The vectors cancel themselves. One is going like here, and then they cancel. You can never see that in an accessory pathway. Never. No.
It's really pure receptive. Yeah.
No way, because it starts with muscular activation, and the AV node, no. Okay, well then we'll go to the next one. Well, yeah, I'm going to go to this one. Ali, this is, how many people do we have still? No. No. We said that the previous one was skipped. The previous one was skipped because otherwise we need a winner. So there are some people still alive. Who? Andrea was alive. Jean-Baptiste. No, there indeed. So, okay. Let's see. Maybe this will be the one giving the winner. So we have here again 5 leads, 25 millimeter speed, and you see at the beginning of the tracing, we see a sinus tachycardia, actually. And all of a sudden, the rhythm accelerates, the QRS complex changes, and then decelerates. Yeah? That's what we see. We see change in the QRS complex, we see change in the rate, acceleration, and then deceleration, but there's still a tachycardia.
And you have P waves in the 3 AV, retrograde P waves there, or not?
Okay. Okay, so what do we see here? Look, with this with these huge Q waves in 2 and 3. What is that? Is that an inferior infarction with junctional accelerated rhythm? Jean-Baptiste, if you want to win, you have to listen. Is that an inferior infarction with junctional accelerated rhythm? Is that atrial fibrillation in a patient with a Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome? Is that a patient where we are performing a radiofrequency ablation of the Wolff-Parkinson-White? Or is that Wolff-Parkinson-White with circus movement tachycardia and dual AV nodal pathways? Number one. Who votes for one? Inferior wall, infarction with junctional accelerated rhythm, atrial fibrillation in WPW, a patient in whom we are performing an ablation of WPW at that time, or is that circus movement tachycardia with dual AV nodal pathway?
4, definitely 4. Yeah, definitely 4. No?
Who votes for one? Nobody. 2? Atrial fibrillation is not, of course. Radiofrequency ablation, I'm not going to show you that, and you would see probably the artifacts, of course. So indeed, circus movement tachycardia using an accessory pathway, okay, and dual AV nodal pathways. And what we see, tachycardia starts, then it blocks on the fast pathway, jumps into the slow pathway, and of course the tachycardia becomes slower. Very good. Okay, wait a minute. How many do we have? Jean-Baptiste, there, Stefan, 4. Yeah, and there, because I don't see that. Okay. Very good. Then we need 2 more at least. Here, we have sinurhythm very clearly in this slide. 12-lead EKG, a little bit strange. Sinurhythm, we see a block, P wave, and then, the same phenomenon seems to happen here, but we have now a long PR, then a short PR, etc. And look at here, we see a change in the morphology of the QRS complex. We see here, this is a small P wave that we see, but this is a real P wave, okay? So what do we have here? We have also the ST-segment elevation that you see very clearly, no problem. This is 2, 3 AVF, okay? So what do we have? Is that an idioventricular rhythm during acute myocardial infarction? Is that AV block during acute myocardial infarction? Is that an acute myocardial infarction in a patient with Wolff-Parkinson-White and an idioventricular rhythm? Or is that an acute myocardial infarction in a patient with Wolff-Parkinson-White and AV block? Let's go back.
V4 is... There's a short PR. Can you show us the other? I would say all 3 or 4.
Shall I go up back? Idioventricular rhythm, AV block. So,
you have WPR for sure, you have an infarction. But
okay, so the infarction is there, The infarction is everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
you have to...
No, the infarction is everywhere. AV block is in 2 places, the ventricular rhythm in 2, and then you have WPW in 2. So you have now to make a choice. You have now the menu, and you have to get to make your choice. What is that? Is number 1, idioventricular rhythm during acute MI.
Can you show it?
Let's go. I show you the slide. Up.
It's 4.
Here.
It cannot be idioventricular rhythm. You have you look at V4, but look at V4. I mean, you have a P wave and a ventricle there with short.
There is an arrow showing you a P wave that is blocked also, Okay, for clarity, because the P wave was very small. So AV block during MI, it is also. There is an AV block. Who?
It cannot be idioventricular. Look at V4. It cannot be idioventricular rhythm.
No. Okay, that's fine. Who wants 1? Nobody?
No,
Nobody 1? 2. AV block during MI and no more? Or acute MI with Wolff Parkinson White and idioventricular rhythm, or acute MI with WPW and AV block? Four. Okay, that's fine. That is what it is. In fact, this is a patient with Wolff Parkinson White syndrome. And then, from time to time you have AV block, but you have two sides of block. Here you have everything is block, both the accessory pathway and the conduction system. And here you have only block over the accessory pathway. And you have conduction with a long PR. Okay, and right bundle branch block. Okay, now we go to the last one. Carlo, I don't know what we will do if we have several people. What is this? This is a tachycardia with a white QRS complex. Right? And all of a sudden accelerates, as you can see. And not only accelerates, if you look carefully at lead 2, you see the appearance of a notching after the QRS complex. You see that, in fact, if you look carefully, you see that here, this beat, after this appears, when this appears actually, the tachycardia accelerates, then accelerates. So you see this notching, and then the tachycardia becomes faster. We published that with Karl-Heinz Kutsch. That was the last paper that we wrote together, actually. Tachycardia with a wide QRS complex, left window branch block morphology, left axis, and you see the acceleration suddenly when this notching appears after the QRS complex. Okay, so I have a few options. Circus movement tachycardia with left window branch block, an atrial tachycardia with left window branch block, an antidromic tachycardia over an accessory pathway, or a ventricular tachycardia with and without ventriculoatrial conduction. You see the tracing again? Voila, left window branch block, left axis, and accelerate suddenly. Okay, who goes for one? Circus movement tachycardia with an over accessory pathway with left window branch block? Nobody? Atrial tachycardia with left window branch block? Nobody? Antidromic tachycardia over an accessory pathway? There, one. Ventricular tachycardia with or without VA conduction? Nobody? What's there? Four? Four, okay. Okay, you said three.
Yes.
You too? Oh, wait a minute. I didn't see that one. Okay. Well. Okay, that's a beautiful tracing. Look at this, what is happening here. So we have shown with John Gallagher, you'll have to deal with the... We actually, we have seen with a piece of John Gallagher, the acceleration of tachycardia when right window branch block disappears. This left-sided accessory pathway, left window branch block disappears, tachycardia accelerates, right window branch block disappears, right-sided accessory pathway, tachycardia accelerates. We see here exactly the same phenomenon, but retrogradely. So what happens here is you have the tachycardia going around with right bundle branch block. This is a right-sided accessory pathway. It's an antidromic tachycardia going retrogradely over the left bundle branch, and all of a sudden, the right bundle starts to conduct, and actually, the tachycardia accelerates. And you can see that here, if you look at the VH-VA interval, you see that it shortens, and you see how the His bundle potential, the retrograde His bundle potential disappears. Why? Because it's now hidden within the complex, the ventricular complex here. All right. So, well, we have 3 winners. Carlo, where is Carlo? Okay. Okay. Well, how are we going to do that, Ali? We have to make a.
Oh, they can share it.
They can share it.
Yes,
Okay, that's
of
good.
course. They
Okay.
can share.
Let's have the 3 winners coming here.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Come. Yes.
He's the youngest, so I.
Yeah. He needs
That will leave to you. What is this?
What is this?
Hey, you have to open it.
Oh, it's an art. It's a beautiful art.
It's 3D print.
Oh, thank you.
Designed by Docomo.
Yeah. So, Pedro.
I leave.
No. I wanted to. No, don't leave.
We do later on the stage.
So, before, can you hear me? Before I introduce Dr. Neil Bodak, I think that I'm really here to say that I am proud to be Professor Brugada's pupil, and I think that having seen him here has brought me back of 25 years when we were doing this all the time in Aalst, and I really thank you. And I think Andrea can say the same thing for having introduced us to this world, because you are, even if you're still young, our ancestor. Pedro, we would have listened to you all afternoon. And I think that the medical part of it is I think that somebody doing this job has chosen to do this job because of this. With all due respect with AF, which I'm doing every day, repeatedly, but this is the reason why we have stepped into this world. Thank you, Pedro. I think he deserves a real round of applause. And you have created, you were the father of one of the biggest EP labs that there is currently in the world, led by my brother. I now don't have a brother, but I have one, which is Professor De Asmundis. We have created together with Dr. Sarkozy and all these huge amount of team that is present here, one of the biggest and the most productive in scientifically and clinically EP lab in the world. You should be proud to work with us. We should be all proud to work with this. And I think the HRMC today, thanks to all of you, I could not name you all of you, absolutely deserves another round of applause, and then I'll talk to the same speaker. Thank you to all of you and what you're doing every day. Thank you.